My talk today was about speaking the language of data. The premise is very simple. I think data literacy is no longer the niche skill that it was. It is no longer a niche skill for a select few people. It is important for everybody in the organization, be it the senior management, the data scientists, or all the rest of the organization to be data literate and to be data smart. So the talk basically talks about how an organization can become data smart, what kind of steps should they take, and the kind of training program that is needed to become data smart. And I specifically talk about a training approach framework that we have developed at Jigsaw Academy as well, that tries to bring together all these different audiences. And I think in general, just a reflection on the point that data is just so fascinating. The kind of stories that data can tell us, and if you take out the data scientists from the equation and look at the rest of the audiences, perhaps what they need to understand is that there are all these stories to be found, the stories to be discovered, and how do they go about appreciating it? How do they go about finding that, that insight, and especially how it impacts them at workplaces? I think there has been a lot of growth, especially when you look at it from a skilling perspective, because of the company that I work with, Jigsaw. What we have seen is that it is no longer, analytics is no longer the domain only of the data scientists. And we have seen large numbers of people wanting to get trained, and I'm talking about people from the lowest levels to the senior levels. So there's a lot of scale involved, especially when it comes to analytics training. We're talking about huge numbers. Earlier we would talk about training 30 people, at most 100. Now we're talking in thousands, 50, 70,000 numbers, and that's a huge jump and a huge change. And it's great that a lot of the organizations, especially non-traditional businesses, and the traditional businesses, of course, which are now looking towards data as a key cornerstone of their whole strategy. I would not say, I would not use the word transition into the analytics industry. In my opinion, everybody has to be data savvy, everybody has to be data literate and data smart. So it's no longer about you being in one field and wanting to get into the analytics field and become a data scientist. It is you being in whatever field you are and being able to leverage data, being able to use data for the job that you're doing. So becoming more data savvy in that sense. So the minute you look at it that way, the minute you look at data and analytics as something that will make you do your job better, make you be more effective and take more effective decisions, and it changes your whole perspective. I think scale is going to be difficult, especially coming from a training background. The way I look at it, scale is going to be hard to crack. Adoption is not easy. There is a lot of interest in wanting to adopt, but to actually find, to actually make sure that it gets implemented is not easy. So the execution, I think, is where most companies are finding it difficult. A lot of trial and error methods happening right now. Hopefully in the next couple of years we would have figured out how to do it. But then the challenge would be that there might be an entirely different set of things to learn and to scale to. So yeah. CYPHER has been great. We've been coming here year after year, and there's a lot of energy in this place, a lot of interesting conversations. The sessions are really insightful, and it's really great for us to be able to meet other industry leaders, partners, vendors, the players in the market. We've really had a great run at the CYPHER, and we're looking forward to more of these events in the coming years.